Brought to you by Matthews Ford, Tulsa Bone and Joint, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, St. John Broken Arrow, TTCU Federal Credit Union, and the Arrow Group.
Welcome to Wolves Stadium in Edmond, Oklahoma. Tiger football is on the air as the Broken Arrow Tigers try to go to 9-0 tonight against the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs. Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital with you after the Edmond Memorial Band just wrapped up the Star-Spangled Banner. Glad to be with you on this Thursday night in Edmond. We had some sprinkles earlier. We had a downright downpour about 2 hours ago, but right now it's 53 degrees, calm winds, overcast and cool. We believe the rain is out of the picture. The captains are making their way to midfield for the coin toss, and we bring in Steve Spavital. And Spav, 8-0, the Tigers are playing so well. What do you even lean toward in your Matthews Ford keys of the game tonight?
Well, you know, number one is just experiment a little bit. I think I'm just a big believer in experimenting with some things to show people along the, in the playoff run what we can do, but we do it at in a game-like situation. So, we need to experiment with personnel groups. I think we do a great job with Cherry, in that different package that we have, but there's other things we can do with him. Perhaps put him and Robards together, and do something. Put two tailbacks in there and do some things. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do. If you need to block a punt, we need to think about blocking a punt, just so we can have it on film. Work different formations. Coach Wilkinson's great at that, of working different formations and shifting and stuff. He makes it extremely difficult for teams to defend, and possibly some different types of plays. Another thing is we need to really work on giving false tendencies. Throw the ball when we'd probably normally run it. So teams do not get we give the false tendencies so they don't understand what we do in certain situations. And then the other one is just play clean. I keep saying that, but this is always something you always strive for as you get later in the year, is to try to play clean. No bad snaps, no turnovers, no penalties. Really eliminate all the assignment errors. Just really focus in and key things together.
The Tigers are represented on the field by captains Noah Cortez, Kaiser Newell, D'Amico Rowland, and Zach Marcaselli. The Tigers lost the toss. Edmond Memorial defers to the second half, and we're waiting for referee John Riva and umpire Todd Blish to turn the teams around, and so Broken Arrow will receive to start the game and defend the north end. The Tigers will go left to right on ArrowVision. No wind to speak of, but Broken Arrow will start with the football. And this Tiger offense, Spav, has been so darn efficient. Just 7 3-and-outs all season for the starters in 88 drives. Last week, 6 out of 10 drives started in positive territory.
That statistic alone is just unbelievable. I can't fathom that. I don't think I've ever seen an offense that powerful before in my life, as far as I have been around in this high school football. But another thing is, if you look at our offenses, and we talked about this earlier, was the fact that we have doubled our opponents on total offense, but yet we have ran 25 less plays than our opponents. So that just shows you how powerful, how potent this offense is, and especially in the red zone. When we're going to score 91% of the time when we get the ball in the red zone. And because of that, I think we've only punted like 2 times, and that's in the plus 40 going in, and we've only attempted 1 field goal.
Attempted 1 field goal, and it was on the opening drive of the season against Union. Skylar Seagraves hit a 31-yarder on the first drive of the year. The Tigers take the field down here in Edmond. Broken Arrow in their road white Adidas uniforms, white jerseys, white pants. The black numbers outlined in gold with black and gold stripes on the pants. Black helmets with the gold BA. Edmond Memorial will be wearing the traditional home maroon jerseys as the Bulldogs take the field carrying the American flag, white pants, maroon helmets with no markings for Edmond Memorial. Broken Arrow is 8-0 for the first time since 1997. The Tigers are trying to go 9-0 for the first time since 1945. That team was 9-0-1 and then tied Dewey in the second round of the playoffs and lost on something called penetrations as the tiebreaker. So historic season for Broken Arrow, and it continues as the Tigers try to go to 9-0 and quite frankly should be heavily favored to go 10-0 as we wrap up the regular season with Enid next week.
Absolutely. I mean, this team beat Enid last week, so it's going to be, these next 2 games are just really going to be for us to fine-tune things to go into the playoffs.
Edmond Memorial opened the season with a 61-18 loss at Stillwater, beat Edmond North 10-7, then lost to Deer Creek, Santa Fe, Westmore, Norman, and Jenks before beating Enid at home 42-20 last week. The Bulldogs will play out the string next week against UConn. Coach Alexander is 4-0 against Edmond Memorial as a head coach with an average margin of victory of 33 points. It was 49-7 last year, 31-7 the year before that, 45-7 in 2015, and 42-14 in 2014. Coach Alexander is in his 5th season as the head coach of the Broken Arrow Tigers, 39-16. His career record. Noah Cortez, we talked about at the top of our pregame show. He is 189 yards behind Jamal Shaw for tying the all-time Broken Arrow school record. Cortez comes into the game with 3,705 yards in his career, 1,220 on the season on 155 carries, 24 touchdowns this season, 43 touchdowns for his career. Coach Alexander mentioned the pregame show they probably will pull him before he gets that record tonight, but we'll just wait and see.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's an incredible record, too, if you think about it, because when he was a sophomore, he wasn't, we had a lot of tailbacks going in and out of the game. So, he did so well. Then, of course, his junior and senior year here have been just phenomenal.
Waiting for opening kickoff down here at Edmond Santa Fe. The Bulldogs are the last of the 3 Edmond schools to not have their own stadium, hence the Thursday night fever down here tonight.
I'm curious to see what the kickoff guy will do, because I tell you what, I don't think I'd kick to Aaron Stokes. He's averaging probably over 30 yards of return, so when he catches that thing, that's one guy I wouldn't want to give the ball to.
Jamie Buckley has the ball teed up for the Bulldogs at the 40. Tricky Stokes and Isaiah Keller back deep to return for Broken Arrow. There's the whistle from the referee. Buckley with the right-footed run-up. It's a high directional kick to the far side, fielded at the numbers by the Tigers across the 25. That's Matt Kaiser, 30-40 across the 50. Kaiser cuts back toward the sideline, and he's brought down inside the 45. A nice return for Matt Kaiser as Broken Arrow will start the game in Edmond Memorial territory.
Wow, I tell you what, I used to run those high on sides all the time, but the key is height. You got to kick it high. You can't just line drive it there and then allow the guy to return the football.
It's a 37-yard return for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Matt Kaiser. It's 1st and 10. Tigers, at the 42. Tate Robards, the Tiger quarterback, with Noah Cortez to his left. Early motion. 4 receivers for the Tigers. Robards swings it out to Matt Kaiser, complete on 1st down. Kaiser across the 40. Pickup of about 4 before he's forced out of bounds.
They didn't adjust. It was pretty interesting. We go from 3-by-1 formation, moved Klein in there to the other side, didn't bring anybody else over there, so they just threw the little smoke route into the boundary.
2nd and 6. He talked about getting Matt Kaiser more involved. It's like you have a hotline to Coach Wilkinson, Spav. Got her done. 2nd and 6 coming from the 38. Give to Noah Cortez. Cortez outside the numbers on the far side. Tried to shake off a tackle, but nice job there by 27. Dalton Dorwart on the tackle there for Memorial. Loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I like running the counter in the boundary like we did. We just didn't quite get it there. We just missed the block.
3rd and medium for the Tigers. Robards out of the gun. Drops back with time. Sets up in the pocket. Firing downfield for Kaiser. And he stretches it out and hauls it in. What a catch by Matt Kaiser inside the 5.
My gosh, that was a heck of a catch. I'm not so sure if he didn't catch it with one hand.
It's a First National Bank first down. A 37-yard gain down to the 2-yard line. He did haul it in with one hand.
That was impressive. Truly impressive.
What a grab by Matt
it's just
Kaiser.
like what I've been talking about. We need to get the ball to him, and we need to find ways to get him the ball.
1st and goal from the 2. Alex Arroyo in at fullback on this jumbo set. Robards fakes the Cortez, rolls right, dumps it off to Kaiser Newell, and he walks in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Running the old bootleg. That's one of the toughest plays to defend down on the goal line is a bootleg pass, because you're so geared on the run, and they drop that thing off there. They didn't actually defend it that bad.
Yeah, they had coverage on Newell, but
tough.
When you start from the 2,
yeah, it's just tough.
It's tough. Skylar Seagraves is on for the extra point. Kaiser holds it. Snap spot. Left-footed extra point from Seagraves is up and good with 10:40 to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 7. Edmond Memorial nothing.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Well, we have started fast all year. We have scored over 200 more points than our opponents have in the first half. That's starting fast.
And now if you look at the first quarter, it's 116 to 17. So, man, Broken Arrow just playing so well early in the game. Tyler Crawford ready to kick things off for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Aiden Hamlin and J.J. Ruff back to return for Memorial. Crawford's kick will be returned, fielded at the 5 by the Bulldogs. That's Ruff, and Ruff is chopped down almost immediately.
By
Gavin Potter, nice return there, or nice coverage on the return.
I know. Potter's just fearless. He's got a lot of speed. He's fearless, but I tell you what, more than anything, Potter's determined to make the tackle.
Committed to Kansas State. Started the year playing. This is his first season as a defender, and now he's got a college scholarship after just a tremendous start to the year at linebacker. 53 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 2 fumbles recovered, 2 sacks. Now 54 tackles on the season for Gavin Potter. The Edmond Memorial quarterback is Trace Evans, a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. He takes the snap under center, hands it off to Nate Williams, and that goes nowhere on first down. Colton Collier on the tackle after maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, they didn't even see us. They didn't even try to block us, it seemed like. You know, our linebackers are just unbelievable. We talked about how our D-line has really improved as far as making tackles. But our linebackers are just flat incredible.
Trace Evans, the Memorial quarterback, 60 of 132, 727 yards passing, 9 touchdowns. He takes the shotgun snap on 2nd and 8, fires a pass complete to J.J. Ruff. Did he drop it? Ruff dropped it. Hit him right in the hands.
Yeah. It was actually a good pass. Good. But see, I was talking about our linebackers. I mean, they've accounted, the 3 linebackers in these first 8 ball games have accounted for 150 tackles, 6 sacks, 1 interception, 3 fumbles, 31 tackles for losses. Unbelievable.
3rd and 8. Memorial on the move, and there's a flag before the snap. Looks like I think they had 2 guys in motion there, didn't they?
Correct. Illegal procedure there.
John Riva is tonight's referee, and he signals the false start on the Bulldogs, so that'll back it up 5. It'll be 3rd and 13. Edmond Memorial cannot afford to get behind the chains on this Broken Arrow defense. The Tigers are tough enough when it's 3rd and short.
Well, the key to this right here is field position too. You know, them going backwards here, and they got the ball in the -18 to begin with, and now all of a sudden they're going back. They're going to have to punt the ball.
Memorial on the roll to the right. That pass is dropped again. So 2 passes for Trace Evans. Hit his receivers in the hands, and both of them incomplete. That's not going to go well.
No, and both of them were positive gains too. So now they're backed up, and they're going to have to punt to us, and we have the potential of getting the ball back into great field position inside the 50-yard line here.
Jamie Buckley on to punt for Memorial. The Bulldogs do a little shift of the protection. Isaiah Keller's back to return for Broken Arrow, and he's standing at his 40 as a flag comes in before the snap. It came from the far side. Well, it came from both sides. We'll see what the call is here. Tigers must have had somebody lined up in the neutral zone there. So it'll be 4th and 8 still. 9:50 to go, first quarter. Broken Arrow already leading Edmond Memorial 7-0.
Well, they need to try to kick away from Keller too, because that young man makes things happen when he catches that ball.
Snap to Buckley. Takes a roll to his right. High punt, but not very deep. Keller is going to try and get away from it. It bounces at the 47. Now Keller fields it at the 45, spins, and he's thrown down on the far side. No return on that one. Tigers will start at their own 47.
Yeah, that's where you got to be really careful, because the ball bounced straight up. It was moving backwards. There's no need for him to try to attempt to get that ball, because you're looking at a potential turnover when that happens. And it's hard to teach young men that, because they always want to make great plays, and he's a great player. He doesn't have to prove that.
There is a flag on the play right about where Keller caught the ball. Didn't see the signal from the referee yet. Maybe John Riva is working his way toward the press box to signal this here. Looks like they might have got Keller for, did they get him for the fair catch signal? Did he signal a fair catch and it got away?
No, he may have. I don't know. I didn't catch that.
It looked from our angle, as we saw the bodies in between, like
he was coming up,
like he was doing the Peter get away with both hands, but
yeah,
then he picked it up and returned it. So maybe it was a fair catch signal. They did back it up 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Tiger 42-yard line, leading 7-0 with 9:40 to go. Quintevin Cherry in at quarterback on this play. He takes the snap, hands off to Cortez. Cortez cuts to his left, now back to the far hash across the 45 before he's brought down by Ian McDonald, the Bulldog middle linebacker.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love this personnel group. You know, I can't wait to see what other things they have in store for Cherry. It's going to be amazing. Now look, you got Cherry and you've got Noah in the backfield.
Here's Quintevin Cherry on 2nd and 6. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Plenty of time. Now steps up in the pocket, rolling to his right, directing his receivers. Cherry now going to keep it himself. Stiff arms man across the 50, across the 40, and he'll run over a defender out of bounds at about the 30 as 2 flags come in downfield. They'll hold the chains, but if it stands, it's a great run for Quintevin Cherry.
It just looks like he's in slow motion. He just glides when he runs. It just looks like it's slow motion. But it sure is awesome to watch him.
Blocking the back on the Tigers is the call, so they'll back it up from the 31. That's where the spot of the foul was. As you hear the Edmond Memorial Band playing on our crowd mic. This is sort of a band concert that has no relation to a football game down here at Edmond Memorial. They're playing the fight song just whenever they want. Doesn't really relate to anything. They practice the national anthem with a stadium full of people. Don't see that a whole lot, but hey, come to the west side and you just never know what you'll experience. 10-yard penalty on the Tigers backs it up to the Memorial 41. It is a First National Bank first down, 1st and 10. Tigers at the Bulldog 41. Jerry still the quarterback as he takes the snap, now fires. Swing pass out to the side to Logan Matthews. Matthews makes the first man miss. Great block, 30, inside the 25. He's got first down yardage. Nice gain by Logan Matthews before he's brought down by Nathan Phillips. It's a 20-yard gain for Matthews and a First National Bank first down.
I like watching this, what they're doing with Cherry right now. Instead of just him back there running the quarterback power, him running the ball, he's dropping back, he's throwing, he's going through read progressions. Very nice, very nice.
Line of scrimmage is the 22, 8:25 to go, first quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Edmond Memorial nothing. Cherry takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez with speed up the middle, still rumbling to about the 15. Nice tough run by Noah Cortez. He kept the legs churning there.
Oh, yeah, I'd hate to want to tackle that young man. He's tough. He's just a tough kid. Not only, you could tell just the way he runs, but he's tough.
Coach Alexander talked on Inside Tiger Football this week about how some safeties of opponents have made what he called a business decision, getting out of the way because they just didn't want to tackle Cortez because he runs so darn hard. 7-yard gain for Cortez. It's 2nd and 3 from the Bulldog 15. 7:43 to go, first quarter. Tigers leading 7-zip. Jerry takes the snap. Short drop. Now he's rolling to his right, firing on the bootleg. He was looking for his man, and they got tangled up. It was just a little overthrown.
But they covered the boot, down in the goal line pretty good. And that's pretty sound defense when you can do that. They covered it very well there, and he just overthrew the receiver there because he was covered.
Isaiah Keller, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 3. Tate Robards will come in at quarterback for Broken Arrow. Third and 3 from the 15. Robards now back up to the line. Changes the play, now calls for the shotgun snap, takes it, hands off to Cortez. Cortez, 10, 5, stumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. A 15-yard score from Noah Cortez, his 44th of his career.
God, that was just great. Inserting the lineman there, we're just running inside one back power, inserting a lineman in there, and they just block so well.
Seagraves back on for the extra point. Snap is good, the hold is down, the extra point is up, and it is good with 7:24 to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Edmond Memorial nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Welcome back to Edmond, where the Broken Arrow Tigers lead 14-0 with 7:24 to go in the first quarter. 6-play, 53-yard drive capped off by a Noah Cortez touchdown run. Skylar Seagraves will kick this one off instead of Tyler Crawford, as you think maybe some sort of directional subterfuge may be coming here. We'll wait and see.
He does such a wonderful job on these kickoffs.
Seagraves kicks this one away deep, fielded at the 3-yard line by the Bulldogs. They cut it back to the left side. That's the return man, J.J. Ruff, and he had a rough time. He's going to be brought down to the 15.
Just great coverage. I tell you what, I've been so impressed with our special teams, the way they've improved. You think about it, we average over 38 yards a punt. You know, Tyler Crawford has. Stokes, and the way he does his kickoff returns, averages over 31 yards. Seagraves, only one field goal because we score so much in the red zone, but 48 out of 50 extra points. The kickoffs are unbelievable. Our coverage is unbelievable.
Here comes Edmond Memorial on 1st and 10 from the 15. Shotgun snap, quick pass to Ruff. That's caught across the 25. Ruff spins his way to the near side 30, across the 30 to about the 32. Give him 17 on 1st and 10. Nice completion there for Edmond Memorial. Just a quick little 3-step drop and a little, what's the word?
That's the one
curl there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the one he dropped earlier. And then that was in his chest. That one he had to really fight for to get that one, and did a good job.
Line of scrimmage, the 32. First down, Edmond Memorial, trailing 14-0 to number 1 Broken Arrow. Handoff up the middle to Nate Williams, and that one went nowhere. No gain on the play. Good defense for the Tigers. Collier, Gavin Potter, and Campbell Yeager all in there.
And like I said, those 3 linebackers are unbelievable. But more importantly, the D-line, like I keep talking about, is really doing a good job getting off of blocks and making tackles.
2nd and 10 from the 32. 6:33 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow 14. Edmond Memorial, nothing. Trace Evans back out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right, stacked receivers. Empty backfield. Now they hit Nate Williams, the tailback. He was in motion. Complete to Williams. He gets across the 35, out of bounds at about the 37. Gain of 5 there. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it makes it pretty easy to convert this, 3rd and 5, but
Tigers are awfully good on 3rd down defensively, holding opponents to just 30%, 27 of 91. Evans checks the wristband. The Edmond Memorial quarterback with a running back to his left and his right. Now he brings his receiver in motion from right to left. Swings it out of the backfield to that far side. That's Williams, complete. Gavin Potter, though, great play to chop him down short of the chains at the 40.
God, what a great play. I tell you, you know what they did is they brought everybody into the boundary with motion, and then they flared the back to the field, and that's just one-on-one with a linebacker versus a running back. And typically it should be a mismatch.
4th and 2 for Memorial. 5:45 to go, first quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Edmond Memorial nothing. Jamie Buckley back to punt for the Bulldogs. Isaiah Keller waiting for it, standing at his own 32. Buckley takes the snap. Short punt. This is a shank. There is a flag on the far side. It bounces at the 45 and checks up. So the Bulldogs down it at the 46, but there is a flag on that far side.
We about blocked it. Actually, he could have blocked, but he came up underneath his arms. Let's see what the penalty is.
If it stands, it'll be just a 14-yard punt.
Face mask.
Face mask against Broken Arrow. The call on that far side. Man, you don't see a face mask on a punt return on the return team that early in the play, especially when there's no return.
Well, especially in a bad punt. You know, the whole thing is what I used to have our players say when they punted the ball is no penalties, no penalties, no penalties. You know, you got to kind of put that in your head because penalties on special teams just flat kill you.
Tigers will keep the ball despite the penalty. It'll be first down, Broken Arrow, and it will be 1st and 10. Tigers at their own 31. Tate Robards, the quarterback in this tight formation. Noah Cortez, the tailback. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez makes the first man miss inside the hash marks, fighting across the 45. First National Bank, first down, and a tough run for Noah Cortez to the 49.
This is a great formation. You know, you squeeze the wide receivers in, and you use 2 tight ends in there off the line of scrimmage, and that's a tough formation right there. I think Coach Wilkinson just sits around and thinks about those things.
18-yard gain on that play. Cortez now with 44 yards on 5 carries. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow from the Tiger 49. 5:03 to go. Leading 14-0. Robards back to pass, firing deep for Kaiser. He's behind the defense. Kaiser hauls it in, and he'll be brought down inside the 15-yard line. Nice grab for Matt Kaiser in traffic.
There you go. That's just what we were talking about. We need to get him the ball more. I tell you what, if he would have led him a little bit better, if it wasn't underthrown, he would have hit it to the house.
Kaiser had 3 guys beat. It's a 39-yard catch and a First National Bank first down. 1st and 10, Tigers at the Bulldog 12, already leading 14-0, trying to get more with 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. Robards under center, gives to Cortez. Cortez runs through an arm tackle, still on his feet, fighting back toward the near side. He's going to be brought down close to the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss, as he tried to banana that one out to the right and try and get to the corner. Nice job for the Bulldogs to bring it down.
They're kind of playing a little better defense than I anticipated.
Pete Stell, the outside linebacker, on the tackle there for the Bulldogs. Caught a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Tigers leading 14-0. 3 receiver set, 2 left, 1 right. Robards takes the shotgun snap, quick drop, looking to his left, fires, caught by Kaiser. He stretches across the 5, still short of the chains, but another nice completion from Tate Robards to Matt Kaiser.
Wasn't that nice? I mean, I've been talking about this all year, how we've got to really utilize the passing game here, get better with it, and try to find ways to get Kaiser more involved.
10-yard gain down to the 4, where it'll be 3rd and 2. 3:20 to go, first quarter. Broken Arrow leading 14-0. Quintevin Cherry in at quarterback. Cherry bomb formation for the Tigers. He's going to keep it himself, and he just walks right in. Quintevin Cherry, a Tiger touchdown, and it's 20-0.
God, that was easy. Man. That was unbelievable right there. They got everybody in the box. Boy.
8th rushing touchdown of the season for Quintevin Cherry. A 4-yard score makes it 20-0. Broken Arrow as we wait for the extra point from Skylar Seagraves. Kaiser fields the snap, gets the ball down. Extra point is up and good with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow leading 21-0. We'll keep it here as the Tigers continue to just pour it on the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs, leading 21-0. This offense just firing on all cylinders. 179 yards to 27 through the first 3 drives.
Well, yeah, and three possessions, 3 scores. 3 times in the red zone, 3 scores. It's unbelievable. The yardage, though, the hidden yardage is so different right now. I mean, they're averaging the ball back on around the 18 to the -20. Well, we're averaging it around, getting our first possession around the 50-yard line.
Noah Cortez now 146 yards away from the all-time Broken Arrow career rushing record. He's chasing Jamal Shaw, the Tiger legend from 2013 to 2015, now playing at Stephen F. Austin. Back ready to get underway in Edmond. Tyler Crawford is ready to kick this one off for Broken Arrow. We saw Seagraves last time. This is Crawford. His left-footed run up, and he strikes the ball. This one will be returned as well. Fielded at the 15 by J.J. Ruff. Ruff cuts back to the middle across the 20. For Potter brings him down again. Does Gavin Potter have the tackle on every kickoff the Tigers make? Man.
He's just incredible. But he's got so much speed too. And, you know, he knows how to get off blocks and how to make things, his angles are a lot better too.
20-yard return for the Bulldogs. They'll start at their own 24, trailing 21-zip here in the first quarter. 3:04 to go. Trace Evans in the pistol with split backs behind him. Takes the snap, gives to the fullback. That's Mason Williams, and Williams is going to go backwards. Tigers were all over it. Kaiser Newell on the tackle. Loss of about 5.
Yeah, and then Yeager was in there, and I tell you, Yeager's that hidden gem I keep talking about. You know, he's really solidifying the middle and allows our other linebackers to be able to get out of the box.
Campbell Yeager, 3 tackles for loss last week, 7 TFLs on the year, 44 tackles, a forced fumble, and 3 sacks. Oh, and by the way, he's a junior.
Yes.
2nd and 15 from the Bulldog 19. Broken Arrow 21, Edmond Memorial nothing. 2.5 to go first quarter. Shotgun snap. Trace Evans back to pass, looking deep down the near side, and that one was almost intercepted by Miles Slusher. A flag comes in. I don't know what for.
I don't know what that would be for.
If it's going to be pass interference on the defense, I might disagree. They were looking for Dakari Charlton, the Bulldog leading receiver. He was covered by Slusher and Tricky Stokes. They get the Tigers.
Holy
So
cow. Man.
You try and think what they might have seen. I guess maybe they saw.
Well, they weren't being
somebody,
handsy. It was just they were running next to each other and ball's in the air. He has the right, or we have the right for the ball too.
Sure looked like it. You didn't see the feet get tangled up. You didn't see any hand fighting, but somebody saw something because that came fired in from the back judge, Kerry Massey. So penalty on the Tigers gives Edmond Memorial the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs with 2:20 to go. Broken Arrow leading 21-zip. Just the second first down of the game for Edmond Memorial.
It'd be a penalty.
Bulldogs converted a first down on that pass earlier, and this time a penalty makes it 1st and 10 Edmond Memorial at its own 34-yard line. Evans takes the snap, play fake, now dumps it off out of the backfield to Mason Williams, and that one is going to be brought down for a loss too. Gavin Potter was in there. Newell and Collier finished him off. A loss of 3 for the Bulldogs.
I tell you, Potter's probably one of the best I've ever seen on the perimeter. He protects the perimeter better than any linebacker I think I have ever seen.
Minute 50 to go, first quarter. Broken Arrow leading 21-0. 2nd and 13, Edmond Memorial. Bulldogs at their own 31. Two by two stacked receivers for the Bulldogs on this formation. Trace Evans, the quarterback, with one tailback behind him. Play clock down to 3. Now down to 1. Bulldogs get it off. Screen pass fired off to Nate Williams on the far side. Not much at all. They'll keep the clock winding. Maybe they'll give him a yard or 2, but Tigers had that one sniffed out.
Well, the problem is it's a 2-by-2 formation, and they take the 2 receivers, they stack them extremely wide towards the sidelines, and they can't throw the football. So we load the box, and they're throwing it to the tailback, and we're right there waiting on it.
3rd and 11 coming for Memorial. Now at the 33-yard line. Bulldogs tonight on 3rd down, 0 for 2. Single receiver to the near side left. 2 receivers far side right. Trace Evans takes the shotgun snap under heavy pressure. He fires. He was rushed. Zeno Marcaselli with great pressure. Flag does come in as the ball hits the turf, incomplete.
That was that was opposite where the ball was.
They're going to get ineligible downfield on the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Looks like the tight end was, or somebody on the line was downfield there. So Broken Arrow will just decline that on 3rd and 11. So it'll be 4th and 11, and the Bulldogs will punt, trailing 21-0 with 30 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, last time we almost blocked the punt, so I'm curious to see how we're going to handle it right now. See if we're going to try to block that punt.
Isaiah Keller's waiting for it on the far side hash at the 35. Memorial now brings it into a tight punt. Looks like Tigers, they're at least showing pressure. Snap to Jamie Buckley. Here they come. Takes a step to the right. This is a shank low liner. Bounces at the 50. It'll be down at the Broken Arrow 41-yard line. So another pretty short punt. Tigers will have great field position to start their drive with 21 seconds to go in the first, leading 21-0.
Yeah, they almost blocked their own punt. Stokes took the personal protector and pushed him back and almost blocked the punt.
Everything working for the Broken Arrow Tigers tonight except for the penalties. The Tigers have already been penalized 5 times for 50 yards.
I know, we got to get more clean with that. That's been an issue all year, but hey, we've been winning.
1st and 10, Broken Arrow. Tate Robards, the quarterback, as the Tigers are at their own 41. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez straight ahead across the 45. A nice run right up the gut for about 6 to the 47.
You know, their linebackers do a pretty good job. I mean, they're not near what ours are, but they do a pretty good job on that power. We haven't seen too many teams can do that.
That'll do it for the first quarter down here in Edmond. Broken Arrow 21, Edmond Memorial nothing. Tigers will have the ball 2nd and 5 when we come back to start the second quarter.
The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, cornerback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordVA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordVA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Broken Arrow as we start the second quarter down here in Edmond. Tate Robards just missed Isaiah Keller on the first play of the quarter while we were away. It'll be 3rd and 5, Broken Arrow. Tigers at their own 46-yard line. Broken Arrow 3 for 3 on 3rd down so far tonight. Single 4-receiver set here. This is Robards out of the gun. Plenty of time, sits in the pocket, fires. That's caught by Logan Matthews. Matthews tries to stretch for more. He's going to be brought down at the 41. Nice catch, nice gain. First National Bank first down Tigers.
Very nice. I like the way we're attacking in the middle of the field now with our passing game. That is so crucial and important to develop.
Second catch of the night for Logan Matthews. Tate Robards now 6 of 7 passing for 104 yards. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow in Bulldog territory at the 41. Quintevin Cherry is the quarterback, but Tate Robards is also in as a receiver on the far side.
Oh, that's
Cherry
awesome.
takes the snap, rides the fake to Cortez, keeps it himself. Cherry has room, 20 to the 10 to the house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
God, he just glides. It looks like he's just walking almost. He just glides. He's unbelievable. I love watching him run.
A 41-yard touchdown for Quintevin Cherry, and the Tigers pour it on Edmond Memorial.
Now, this is interesting. We'll have Robards in the formation now. We haven't seen some of this. I'd like to see it the other way, too, with Cherry as a wide receiver and Robards as the quarterback.
The wizardry of
Yeah.
offensive coordinator Jay Wilkinson.
I know.
Tigers dialing up a cherry bomb for a 41-yard touchdown. Snap spot, Seagraves through with the extra point. With 11:19 to go in the first half, it's 28-0. Broken Arrow.
God, that's amazing.
Four-play, 59-yard drive. It just took a minute and 2 seconds, capped off by a 41-yard touchdown run by Quintevin Cherry. Cherry now 9 touchdown runs on the year as he's up to 67 yards on 3 carries in the game tonight.
Well, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. You can't ask for anything better than that. But we've been doing that a lot lately. You know, as far as possessions, we score quick. Like I said, we have outscored our opponents more than 200 points in the first half. So we definitely play fast.
Keep tracking Noah Cortez on the all-time record for career rushing yards, now 141 yards away from Jamal Shaw's record of 3,894 yards. 141 yards away. Cortez, 48 yards tonight on 7 carries. He also has a Tiger touchdown. 28-0 Broken Arrow. Tyler Crawford ready to kick this off to the Bulldogs. Left-footed kick is a good one. It's close to the goal line, but returned on the far side at the 1. J.J. Ruff dances back and forth, and the Bulldogs can't get it back to the 20 to save their lives.
Yeah. You know, what's really amazing is our offense has only punted the ball 18 times this year. Our opponents have punted over 40 times. Now, that's incredible. That's only 2 punts per game.
The execution has been
just
remarkable.
Flawless. It's just been flawless. It's just, these are statistics that just blow my mind because of they're just not normal.
1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 17. Trace Evans out of the gun, under pressure, now running for his life to the right. He's back to the goal line. Finally, just fires it out of bounds. Incomplete.
Well, they were trying to hit the tailback in the flat. He needs to turn and throw the football.
So, you know, Marcuselli had the pressure, then D'Amico Rowland was trying to chase him down from the backside. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 17.
Yeah. I tell you, you know, the biggest thing with Edmond is they have not faced speed like we have on defense. Our speed on defense and even offense is just incredible. And they have not seen that. So by throwing the ball in the flat, they think they have time, but they don't have the time.
Total yardage right now, 238 to 21. 2-by-2 stacked formation here for the Bulldogs. Trace Evans is out of the pistol. He takes the snap, hands off to Nate Williams right up the middle, and that one went nowhere. Kaiser Newell, great job on the tackle there for the Tigers.
That was just our D-line right there, just fabulous. Making the play, coming off blocks, making the plays. And I think that's such a lost art right now, because a lot of coaches just feel like your D-line just let them be blocked and let the linebackers make all the plays and just don't give up the line of scrimmage. But I totally disagree with that. I think that D-line needs to make the plays.
Here come the Bulldogs to the line on 3rd and 9 from the 17. Check that 18-yard line. Motion from left to right. Trace Evans takes the snap. Quick fake. Now going on the screen pass, and Campbell Yeager was all over that. Tremendous defense from the Tigers and the junior linebacker, Campbell Yeager. It's 3 and out again.
Well, screens aren't going to work unless you can throw vertical. If you can't throw vertical, your short screens are not going to work.
Punt team for Edmond Memorial slowly makes its way out onto the field. Isaiah Keller back to return for the Tigers. He's in Bulldog territory, waiting between the 43 and the 44. We have not seen a very good punting performance from the Bulldogs so far. Buckley, the punter for the Bulldogs, is standing at his 3. High snap, it's over his head a little bit. With short punt, Tigers almost blocked another one. That actually was a better punt than it could have been. It'll take a Bulldog bounce, but Keller fields it at the 46. Keller across the 50, stretching to that far side. Now, still on his feet, cuts back the other way, going back to the left to the hash marks. He's got a blocker as he pushes another man. Now Keller's at the 40, flag down, still on his feet at the 30. There's going to be a flag somewhere, but there's 2 flags out there. But what a run by Isaiah Keller.
I know. He runs all the way to one sideline and all the way back over here. That's 100 yards. He's run 100 yards sideways.
31-yard return, but there are 2 flags. One at the Bulldog 43, one at the Bulldog 33.
You kind of like this young man, Keller's guts. He does a good job on that.
John Riva's crew trying to sort this out, and here come the signals. Personal foul on the Tigers as we try and lip read there. There was a whole bunch in that explanation there for the other broadcast audience, but there was no audio here in the speakers in the stadium. So your guess is as good as mine, other than we had a personal foul on Broken Arrow. So they'll move it back to the 42-yard line, where the Tigers will start leading 28-0 with 9:12 to go in the second quarter.
Okay, we've got Cherry in here, so this is going to be really unique.
Quintevin Cherry gives the play, and now the Tigers come to the line. 3 receivers, all near side left. Noah Cortez, the tailback, 2 yards behind Cherry. Cherry takes the snap, gives to Cortez, straight ahead, jumps over a man at the line. Nice gain on first down. Cortez is going to pick up about 7.
Very nice, very nice. You know, they put him in the pistol there. And
late
of course,
flag comes in. I didn't see who this might be on, but it came in well after the play was over.
Looked like they were getting a little chippy there on the line of scrimmage. I mean, on the ground. D-line versus O-line. I think he didn't really appreciate being pancaked.
Probably doesn't appreciate being down 28-0.
Mm-hmm.
Here's John Riva as he now makes his way to the home side of the field, where he's going to talk to the first-year head coach of the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs, Luke Orvis. Coach Orvis spent his last 2 years in Colorado, but was an assistant for the Bulldogs for 11 years before that, and it looks like we're going to have an ejection.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the call from John Riva. It's a personal foul against Edmond Memorial. And here comes the signal for that player has disqualified himself.
Yeah, he must have took a swing. I saw him getting a little chippy, and then it went off, and then I looked at the ball more.
Ejected player is 75, Clayton Hedges. So his night's over. 15-yard penalty there. First National Bank first down, and the Tigers march across midfield all the way to the Bulldog 36-yard line.
Yeah, these are games where we really have to keep our cool, too. We cannot retaliate, because typically what you do is they see the retaliation before they do an initial hit.
Referee starts the clock. Quintevin Cherry, the quarterback for the Tigers, ready to go. 3 receivers to the left. Cherry takes the snap, drops back to pass, has time, fires a bullet, just underthrown, looking for Logan Matthews. Matthews was open between a couple defenders, but pass was just underthrown.
I tell you, that little Matthews kid, his dad was one heck of a player now. His dad was a great player at Midwest City.
Tate Robards back in after the incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Tigers leading 28-0, 8:47 to go in the second. Robards out of the gun, takes the snap belt high, gives to Cortez. Cortez high steps a man, then spins past another one, still rumbling through arm tackles. Somebody lost a helmet. Cortez is inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, that was one of those plays where he was hitting the line of scrimmage, bounced off of him, just kept going. God, that young man is just hard to tackle.
Seems like the whole Bulldog defense got their hands on
know.
Cortez at some point, but nobody could bring him down.
Now it's
7-yard
32.
gain.
3rd and 3, yeah.
3rd and 3 from the 28-yard line. 8:05 to go, first half. Tigers up 28-0. Broken Arrow yet to be stopped. Tate Robards gives to Cortez. Quick hitter to the right side. Still on his feet. Cortez could go 20, 10, 5, house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
You could just see that coming because we shifted our tight end and a fullback over, and they didn't adjust. And you run the ball there. That's the first thing we look for is if you're going to adjust. If you don't adjust, then we're running the ball there. And that's why he gets there untouched and runs the edge.
Looks like Cortez might have waved goodbye to the Bulldogs on that one. It was a 29-yard touchdown, and it's 34-0. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Tigers
That must have been
after
what
the
he was
touchdown.
doing.
I don't know if it was because the flag came in way late, so it
Okay.
might have been just woofing in the end zone.
Celebrating.
Yeah, the touchdown stands. They'll penalize the Tigers on the kickoff as they're still lined up to kick the extra point from the normal spot on the 3-yard line. 29-yard touchdown run by Noah Cortez stands, his second of the game.
That's just amazing. I just love what Coach Wilkinson's doing. His strategy and what he's showing is just really unbelievable. He's making defenses are going to have to adjust to something every snap because he's showing so many different formations. And now he's dropping back, throwing the ball, and doing some really key things in the middle of the field.
Matt Kaiser fields the snap. The hold is good. The extra point from Skylar Seagraves is right down Broadway. With 7:51 to go in the first half, it's Broken Arrow 35, Edmond Memorial nothing. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Tiger Football.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Welcome back to Edmond, Oklahoma. It is all Broken Arrow, 35-0. The number one Tigers leading Edmond Memorial with 7:51 to go in the second quarter. Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital, glad to be with you here for Tiger Football on 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal, and ArrowVision. Tiger Football brought to you in part by our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, TTCU Federal Credit Union, St. John Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, the Arrow Group, and Matthews Ford. Tigers leading 35-0 thanks to a 29-yard touchdown run by Noah Cortez, capped off a 4-play, 58-yard drive in just a minute 20. Cortez now 91 yards in the game, 98 away from the school career rushing record.
I think we just need to put the put the cam on Potter right here and see what he does, because he's made every tackle on the kickoff right now.
Tyler Crawford ready to kick this off for Broken Arrow. 15 yards back after the unsportsmanlike. It's a high kick that will be fielded by an up man. He stretches to the near side. That's 17, Peyton Medeiros. Ty Roselle made that tackle for the Tigers. Yeah, it's not Potter. He was close there, though. He was ready. He shared with Roselle on that one. Potter was
chasing him.
Yep. Bulldogs will start at their own 49, trailing 35 zip. They're at 39, sorry. I'm bad with numbers. You'd think I'd get better.
Well, it's their best field position right now, starting field position.
Helped, of course, by the 15-yard Tiger penalty. Trace Evans has the Bulldogs on the field. 2-by-2 stacked formation. They've thrown it to the tailback most of the time out of this look. This time they'll give it to Nate Williams, and he will be brought down to the backfield by Colton Collier. That had no chance.
Well, they're running a dart play. That's where they pull the backside tackle up into the area. But the whole thing is they got to block in the interior for that to work.
Loss of 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 14 from the 35. 7:10 to go, first half. Broken Arrow leading 35-0. Bulldogs almost lined up about 3 yards offside. Snap to Evans. Pump fake now firing deep downfield. This one's overthrown and almost intercepted. Stokes and Slusher kind of fought each other for it. Stokes goes to pull Slusher up and says, man, I had that.
Yeah, you had it. Just caught it out of bounds.
Team defense there for the Tigers, and the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs will have a lot of trouble throwing it deep on this defense.
Well, the thing is they spread them so far away from the formation. Now, fortunately, they threw that in the boundary. But the other 2 receivers were on the numbers all the way to the field, and they're just decoys. And we understand that, and we're not even honoring it. So we're keeping things in the box. If they can't throw vertical and throw to all the receivers, they need to quit throwing.
3rd and 14 from the Bulldog 35. 35-0 Broken Arrow. Evans takes the snap, looks off the screen pass, now fires for a man. Overthrew him. He was looking for number 12, Aiden Hamlin. Overthrew him, incomplete. 4th down coming for the Bulldogs, and here comes the punt team again.
Actually, he was looking for the tailback, and Potter was all over that thing. So he knew it was going to be a big loss, so then he just kind of hesitated, and finally hit it down the middle and overthrew it.
5 drives for each team on offense, 5 touchdowns for the Tigers, 5 punts for the Bulldogs. Jamie Buckley is at the 20, ready to kick this away to Isaiah Keller, who's waiting at his own 39. Whistle before the snap. Line judge has a flag. He's pointing Broken Arrow's way.
We may block this.
Looks like Tigers might have had a little bit of a head start. Offside against Broken Arrow, the call. The 8th penalty of the game already on Broken Arrow.
Well, what's crazy about the punt formation is they typically line up in another form and they shift to another formation. Why don't they just line up in the other formation? Because
high floating snap to Buckley, almost blocked again. This time he gets it away. It was a boomer. And Keller tried to field it, and traffic flag comes in. Keller bobbled it, now recovers it as the Bulldogs realize that they might have been a little too close to the man who called for a fair catch.
Boy, I tell you what, we put a lot of pressure on him. That was Zeno. Zeno just, he was in the middle and just came off the ball untouched, and boy, he just about blocked that thing.
Fair catch interference called for on the Bulldogs, so that'll be a penalty there to give the Tigers a little bit better field position. It's interesting watching this officiating crew. They have the earpieces and the internal microphones like some of the college crews, so you watch these officials and they've got their back turned and looks like they're talking to themselves if you're just trying to figure out what's going on, but they are communicating and a little more efficient than having to huddle up. Have to applaud him for the ingenuity there. Kick catch interference, the call against Memorial. Tigers will start 1st and 10 at their own 43. Kewan Tolbert, the tailback this time. Robards, the quarterback. Tight formation for the Tigers. Handoff to Tolbert. Tolbert, burst of speed across the 50, close to the chains. Nice gain from Kewan Tolbert on his first carry of the night.
Love this formation. Love the formation that they're utilizing right now. I can't, they have two tight ends in the game that are off the ball, or two fullbacks, kind of like, and they squeeze the wide receivers into the formation. You can do whatever you want. You can attack both sides equally. You got passing game, you got bootlegs, you got play action. It's unbelievable formation.
First National Bank first down on a 10-yard carry from Kewan Tolbert. 1st and 10, Tigers at the Bulldog 47. 6:20 to go, first half, 35-0 BA. Tate Robards back to pass, firing. That's caught by Keller for another first down. Keller stretches out to the 25.
Great job. Great job. It's great route, great pass, and they did it in the middle of the formation, which we don't do a lot of. And I think it's just real imperative that we can do the inside, of the field on the passing game instead of everything on the edges.
22-yard gain for Isaiah Keller. 6:05 to go, first half, clock running, 35-0 Broken Arrow. Robards under center as the Tigers rearrange. I formation here. They give to Cortez straight ahead. He rumbles for a few. Inside the 25, a little power play there to the 22.
Had a backside guy kind of created a little problem there and tripped him up a little bit.
Charlie Soonram, the defensive tackle, made the play for the Bulldogs. It'll be 2nd and 6. 5.5 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 35. Edmond Memorial nothing. Noah Cortez 11 carries for 94 yards. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez. He just plows straight ahead. Bulldogs did a little better job on that one. Cortez limited to just about a yard.
Good defense. Now this is going to be crucial to see what he does. We're in the red zone. And it's 3rd and 6. This is going to be an interesting call. I like to try to guess what Coach Wilkinson's going to do.
Ford Burgess made that stop for the Bulldogs. It's 3rd and 6 from the 21. 4:45 to go, first half, 35-0 Tigers. Broken Arrow 5 for 5 on 3rd down so far in the game. Robards takes the snap, play fake, has time, firing, looking for Kaiser, and he's got him. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Great job. I'll tell you what was really cool is the formation gets in there. He's showing the defense that he's going to run the power play. And then they just fake the power, play action pass, and hit a one-on-one with Kaiser. When you're one-on-one with Kaiser, you're going to lose. We're going to win that battle.
Tate Robards and Matt Kaiser carving up this Edmond Memorial defense. A 21-yard touchdown pass makes it 41-0 Broken Arrow. Snap spot, the extra point from Skylar Seagraves is up, and it is good. 4:28 to go, second quarter. Broken Arrow 42. Edmond Memorial nothing. Matt Kaiser now 5 catches for 110 yards. Tate Robards is 8 of 9 for 147 and 2 scores. Just a dominant performance from number 1 Broken Arrow tonight.
Oh, it's just, all phases. Every possession has resulted in a score. No punting. The special team returns and coverages have been outstanding.
At some point, we might want to hide the women and children.
Yeah. I mean, defensively, we're just flawless. Offensively, we're just flawless. Just love it.
Total yards so far, Edmond Memorial with 18. Broken Arrow with 338.
Wow.
Bulldogs have -1 rush yards.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just, teams have not been able to rush the ball on us anyway all year. They only average 85 yards, I think, rushing teams do. And we've played some great teams. And you think about it, our opponents have all averaged under 200 yards per game.
Tyler Crawford ready to kick things off for Broken Arrow. As the whooping continues, left-footed kick from Crawford will be returned just inside the 5. It's J.J. Ruff, and he gets slammed down to the turf at about the 24.
Great coverage. I thought we were going to force a fumble right then. Great hit on the ball.
Ty Rozelle, nice tackle for the Tigers. It's a 20-yard return. 1st and 10, Edmond Memorial at its own 24. 4:23 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 42, Edmond Memorial nothing.
You know, the size differential of the two teams is just quite impressive to begin with, too. We're so much larger than they are.
Trace Evans takes the snap, firing. That's complete to Cole Emmons, but his knee was down, so give him 7 or so to the 31.
Yeah, he was wanting a late hit because he had his knee down, but, you know, that's hard to
He also
judge.
got up and started trying to run, so
Yeah.
hard to make the argument that you knew you were down and you wanted a late hit if you kept running.
Absolutely.
Be 2nd and 3 from the 31. 4 minutes to go here, first half. 42-0, Broken Arrow. If you just joined us, you've missed almost everything. Noah Cortez, 12 carries, 95 yards. Still just less than 100 away from the all-time career record. Handoff on 2nd down to Williams, goes nowhere. Strung out to the left side before Marcuselli makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's a great job on the perimeter.
The Bulldogs are 0 for 5 on 3rd down tonight. This one will be 3rd and 5.
We do such a great job on the perimeter. We really do. That's something you've got to practice, too.
Noah Cortez is 94 yards away from tying Jamal Shaw for the Broken Arrow career rushing record. 3rd down and 5. Bulldogs at their own 29. Motion from right to left, a screen pass up the middle, and that's caught but slammed down by Potter. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Trying to run the jailbreak screen from the boundary, but he came in a little bit too far on that one.
Aiden Hamlin made the catch for the Bulldogs and just got slammed to the turf.
Yeah, you can't bring the ball in that far in the middle on a jailbreak screen. That's got to be on the edge.
You can see why Kansas State made Gavin Potter a scholarship offer. We're going to be watching that kid play in college. What an incredible linebacker he has turned out to be this season. Here comes punt number 6 for Edmond Memorial, trailing 42-0 with 2:13 to go first half. Bulldogs just trying to milk this play clock down to 3. Buckley goes to the right, high, spiraling punt across midfield. Isaiah Keller backs up and bounces off his face mask. He's got it fielded. He said he called for a fair catch, and so as he picks it up off the turf, no return. Tigers will start at their own 34, leading 42-0.
Well, our opponents average 5 punts per game, and so they're over that right now.
2 minutes, 1 second left in the second quarter. Broken Arrow leading 42-0. The touchdown drives for BA so far tonight. Minute 20, 2:16, 2:14, 1:02, 1:20, 2:13. So with 3 timeouts, I would say the Tigers maybe have a chance for more.
Well, I think you need to work on it. This is a time, and you hate to admit that with a score like this, but you need to work on your 2-minute offense.
Kewan Tolbert is the setback next to Tate Robards as the Tigers have 4 receivers, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Robards out of the gun, firing. That's incomplete. It was off the hands of Trayvon Client. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, you notice they're trying to attack the middle of the field again. I really like that. I like that thinking just because you need to practice it in a live situation. You can't just throw everything on the edges. You got to be able to attack the middle of the field in the passing game.
Just the second incompletion of the game for Robards. He's 8 of 10, 147 yards and 2 scores. Tigers come to the line with 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Minute 56 to go, second quarter. Broken Arrow 42. Edmond Memorial zip. Robards out of the gun. In the pocket. Now he rolls to his right, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked by Seth Sharp.
And this is exactly why you work on it, because, you know, things of that nature. I mean, you know you're going to give up sacks, but what it is he held on the ball too long. It wasn't the offensive line. He just held on the ball a little too long. It had some coverage. He was a little slow in his progressions. And that's why you want to work on these things, because that's going to get nothing but better as we go through these next few games.
Loss of 6 on the play. Minute 19 to go, clock running. Tigers with the ball, 3rd and long from the 28. Robards out of the gun, sets his feet, now fires. That's caught, complete by Isaiah Keller. No, Client. Client still on his feet across the 50 to the 40. Ball comes loose, but it goes out of bounds. Client fumbles it out of bounds, but not before he picks up the First National Bank first down and gets to the Memorial 35-yard line.
What a great route. I mean, that was just an incredible route to get themselves open, and it was a great throw.
37 yards on the catch by Trayvon Client. 1st and 10, Tigers at the 35 of Memorial. 1:03 to go. Broken Arrow leading 42 donut. Robards out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. That's Tolbert, the tailback. There's a flag before the snap. Looks like somebody on the Tigers moved early.
But you notice we're working on the passing game. I keep saying that, but I just think it's so important to do that. You got to practice it. We know we can run the football. But when you get to the point in the playoffs and you have to throw the football, how effective are you going to be?
After the false start, it's 1st and 15 from the 40. 1:01 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 42, Edmond Memorial nothing. 4 wides for Robards. He takes the shotgun snap, belt high, drops back, has pressure, but steps up, fires, looking for Logan Matthews, and it's broken up at the last second. Nice coverage there by Colin Morris and Seth McBride, because Robards threw a nice ball there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make the play there for a minute.
So it'll be 2nd and 15, 53 seconds to go, first half. Tigers leading 42-0. We take a look to the left in the broadcast booth. Offensive coordinator Jay Wilkinson on his feet. About 14 different colors of Sharpie on the table next to him. We'll see what they have dialed up here. Robards takes the shotgun snap. Pressure up the middle, but he shakes it off. Robards is going to run for it. 40, 30, still on his feet across the 20, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 15. Nice run for Tate Robards as he picks up a First National Bank first down. A 30-yard run for Robards.
That was awesome. He just about got sacked, but he shows a little more speed than I thought he had too.
His pocket presence has grown tremendously as the season has moved along, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's just become a really good, solid quarterback.
Only the down box. 1st and goal, Broken Arrow from the 10-yard line. 43 seconds to go, first half. Tigers leading 42-0. Cortez back in at tailback. Robards takes the shotgun snap, looking for Kaiser on his left. He's covered. Now Robards is just going to keep it himself and hang on to it. He's going to be spun to the turf, sacked by Soonram and a couple other Bulldogs. And Coach Alexander will take his first time out of the half with 32 seconds to go.
There you go. Yeah, 32 seconds left. Let's see what we can do here.
Loss of 1 on the sack. It'll be second and goal from the 11-yard line with 32 seconds to go. Tigers up 42-0. Ken Ellett standing by for the halftime show. All sorts of fun on the way as always. Glad you're with us here from Edmond, but we'll really like to see you back at the Woodshed a week from tonight, Thursday, November 1st, senior night against Enid. As we salute this remarkable senior class of Broken Arrow Tigers. It's a 7 o'clock kick, Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium, Tigers and Enid. Love to see you at the woodshed. Also, don't forget Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib every Tuesday on the Sports Animal. This week it'll be at 5:30 as the Animal has some Thunder commitments. So Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib, special 5:30 edition on the Animal. We'll have the video version on ArrowVision. If you're joining us on the Animal looking for Thunder basketball, you are in the wrong place. This is Broken Arrow football. Tigers leading 42-0 with 32 seconds to go in the first half. You can listen to the Thunder game on 99.9 or AM 1550. Back here to Tiger football. 2nd and goal from the 32. Robards takes the snap, play fake, rolling to his right, fires across the formation. That's caught. Dax Wilson, touchdown, Broken Arrow.
On the bootleg pass. Great call.
3rd catch of the season for the tight end, Dax Wilson, and it's 48-zip Tigers.
What a great call. Like, we ran the bootleg earlier for a touchdown with Newell, and those are extremely difficult to cover down here because you're wanting to solidify the run, and then you get the play action on the boot. It really makes it difficult.
Extra point is up and good. 25 seconds to go, first half. Broken Arrow leading 49-0.
So on the Ken Elliott show, we got Dr. Balbus. He's the incredible surgeon and team doctor that we have.
Do you need anything fixed up while he's up here, or are you okay?
He is no. Well, yeah, I need a lot fixed, but he is such an incredible asset that we have for Broken Arrow program.
7 touchdowns in the first half for the Broken Arrow Tigers. 49-0 our score with 25 seconds to go before the half. Tate Robards, 10 of 13, 194 yards and 3 scores. Noah Cortez, 12 carries, 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. It has been an incredible start for this Broken Arrow offense. Tigers now with 409 total yards.
Every series has been a touchdown.
Tigers needed just 1:36 to go 66 yards in 7 plays. Directional kick from the Tigers toward the far side. It's fielded at the 25 by number 12, Hamlin. Hamlin returns it for about 5 yards to the 30. Keewan Tolbert made the tackle. 21 seconds to go in the half. Broken Arrow leading 49-zip. You assume Edmond Memorial will just take a knee and limp into the locker room, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's a free country, Spav.
I know. You would think they would.
Here comes Trace Evans and Edmond Memorial trailing 49-zip. I formation behind Evans. They take the snap, little misdirection. They give it to Nate Williams. Williams on his feet across the 40. The Bulldogs are going to get a first down here to the 44.
Yeah, clock stops, 16 seconds left. They ran 2 backs, the quarterback under the center.
14-yard gain there. Memorial will take a timeout to think about it with 10 seconds to go. As you see what kind of magic Luke Orvis and his offensive staff can try and dial up.
Yeah, down 49-0. So how much total yardage do they have now?
That doubled the total yards to 39. 409 to 39. Broken Arrow 7 for 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. Edmond Memorial 0 for 6. Tigers are averaging 11.7 yards per play. They've held the ball 12 minutes, 1 second. Bulldogs have had it 11:49. Bring her thesaurus.
I need to. I bought one, but I forgot to bring it.
You'd think there's an app for that by now.
I know. Yeah, there should be. I have a spell check. Hey,
10
just
seconds to
letting
go,
you know.
second quarter. Yeah, tell us about Jake the
Just
Snake.
letting you know, Jake the Snake at West Virginia is up 44-7. So just letting everybody know that.
Bulldogs, meanwhile, dump it off to the tailback, Nate Williams. Gavin Potter's going to spin him down. Clock will continue to run, and that will do it for the first half. All Broken Arrow, the number one team in the state, just giving the Bulldogs the business. 49-0 our score at the half. We'll take a timeout. The Ken Elliott halftime show is coming up after this. This is Broken Arrow football.
The Tigers of 1929 tied for the Oil Valley Conference lead with rival Bixby Spartans. Broken Arrow's only loss coming at the hands of the Spartans, who finished their schedule with 2 ties and no losses. Apparently, Bixby wanted no more of our Tigers that year, as they refused a challenge from Broken Arrow after the season to play off the tie. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Good evening and welcome to the BHS Pulse Halftime Show. I'm Tori Chin, here with David Grant, and we're the host of Broken Arrow High School's official morning show, GMBA.
We hope you enjoyed the first half of the action here on ArrowVision.tv. Now it's time to check out some student-produced stories over the next 15 minutes of the broadcast.
First up, though, we want to take a look back at the best highlights of this week's homecoming parade from our ArrowVision staff. And then after that, we have a student-produced video by Gianna Giovanetti about BA linebacker Gavin Potter. Check him out.
Broken Arrow senior linebacker Gavin Potter has had plenty of success this season after being moved to outside linebacker from quarterback last season. He has been a standout performer on the defense this year, recording a total of 34 tackles over the first 4 games, including 9 tackles for loss.
I got into football because my dad played football whenever he was in high school, and then he went on to play in college, like teaching me all these sports, and I saw him doing that, so that's what I wanted to play. Transitioning from quarterback to linebacker was kind of hard, like going from being not very physical to like avoiding hits to just going and pretty much hitting every play is a lot different. I think I'm having more fun at linebacker than I have ever had at quarterback. I think I'm having a lot of good success at this position because I'm getting put in good situations. My defensive line is very good, so when you have a good defensive line, they have to double team and then nobody blocks me, so it makes it a lot easier on me when I have nobody blocking me because my defensive line's so good. Some of my skills that have like transitioned from quarterback to linebacker is really like the mindset that you have to have at quarterback, that you do bad one play, the next play you gotta act like it's a whole new play, everything's new. I feel like it's all mental, so like when somebody tries to get in my head, nobody's really getting in my head, but if anything, I'm getting in theirs. I feel like the whole defense, like all having like the same mindset, knowing that we just need to do our job, helps us as a team to win a state championship. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Just because we beat Union didn't mean nothing. We're still gonna have to keep going, come out the next day of practice like every day like we're getting ready for a state championship. Because I'm ready for a state championship and I know all the rest of them are. And I'm gonna keep getting them like ready for that championship.
Ambush time in 3, 2, 1. Watch the ambush.
Who you with? We lie, we lie. Pulling on my dog, we ride, we ride. Pulling on my dog, we slide, we slide. We don't know who he tried, he cried. Leg in Spain, who lie, we lie. We playing game, cause the tracks outside. I bet you won't, 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 I bet you won't. You know what time it is, baby?
Is your only warning. Abandon the city, or I will unleash your greatest fears.
Next up on the show, we take a closer look at the Tigers' two quarterbacks, Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry, as students Andrew Wells and Gianna Giovanetti give us an inside scoop on Coach Alexander's dual QB system.
And then Nessa Hubbard and Malachi Wilson sit down with the members of Juggle Squad to hear them talk about their experiences being members of the spirited crew and what it truly means to be BA Till I Die.
Broken Arrow senior quarterbacks Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry are having an amazing 2018 season. Dual quarterback systems a lot of times aren't successful, but Tate and Quintevin have proven otherwise while leading the Tigers to an undefeated season so far.
Getting used to the two quarterback system, you know, it really didn't take that much to get, just because like we all got to be bought into it, and you know, we both just kind of bought in, and it's been working out great. Q definitely does a lot of really good things. He's a really good runner, and he's also like a really good leader. You know, he's really good about keeping the team up and keeping me up a lot of times. You know, he's done a really good job of that.
Tate contributes to the team, you know, with some leadership and just, you know, always doing the right thing, you know, knowing what's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen, you know, always been in tune and in sync. I feel like he's glued to the team and, you know, holds us all together.
Yeah, I definitely think we push each other to get better every day, you know. Every time someone does something good, the other person's right there. Good job, man. That was a good throw. That was a good read, good run. And even if you do something bad, it's like, hey, you got it next time. We're really good about picking each other up.
Me and Tate get along pretty good. You know, we mess with each other a lot, joke around, play around, push each other to try to get each other better every day.
The feeling that I get when both of us are contributing, you know, it's like kind of an awesome feeling, you know, knowing that like a lot of teams just have one person, but like we kind of have like a team effort, which that's kind of been like our whole mindset during the season is team effort. So like we've kind of all bought into that standard of being on the team. It's not about us. So like it's a really good feeling knowing that you get to contribute to that.
I wanted to be a part of the Jungle Squad because I like how they get everyone involved in certain things, like in games and in certain activities. They always have fun. They like having all people just be involved in all that stuff, and it's just like a really cool team to be a part of.
What made me want to be a part of the Jungle Squad was back in 9th grade, I went to a football game and I saw these guys running flags, and there was like a ton of them, and they were just going crazy. And I looked over in the student section, and it was just packed, and everyone was just having a good time. And after that, I was like, I want to be on Jungle Squad.
The Jungle Squad means everything to me. It kind of is everything that I do. Almost all of my time is taken up by it, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It's just really fun getting students more active and more spirited for their school and for their fellow students who are performing.
To me, the Jungle Squad is just like a symbol of unity. Like our whole job is to make a big school feel small, and that's just what we strive for.
I think the Jungle Squad strives the most to be the most spirited we can be. A couple years ago we won most spirited high school in the nation, and that's what we always want to be. We always want to be on the top, we always want to be the loudest, and we always want to be the best.
What it takes to be in the Jungle Squad is to be a leader in what you do, and don't go away from that. Try to promote school spirit and just be like really positive with our school.
To be on the Jungle Squad, you have to really be confident in yourself. You have to be able to forget what others think about you and just go strive to be the best, to strive to be kind of a little bit crazy. You have to be out there to be on the Jungle Squad, and you have to be really responsible.
Good day to be a Tiger, baby.
Yeah. Siege. Riley. Taz. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they come. Yeah, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Yeah. And when you hear the sound of the drum, we'll be saying, here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come.
The offensive line is one of the hardest working groups on any football team, and this year's Broken Arrow offensive line is no different. This year's unit has been dominant so far in the 2018 season and only hopes to improve over the course of the season.
Definitely takes a really tough guy to be an offensive lineman. You don't really get as much glory as all the running backs. You don't get as much glory as the wide receivers who run the ball or the quarterback. But, I mean, all the coaches, they know who's putting in the work up front, and it wouldn't happen without the offensive lineman.
Man, this year the O-line's been so successful just because of our grit. We've been out there, we're all veterans. We've played a lot together, so we're not going out there nervous anymore. We know what we're doing, so we're laid back, but still know how to finish our business off. We just like to go out there and do what we got to do, and we don't really care if we get the credit. We know we're not going to get the credit, and we just love playing football, so we go out there and play it our hardest. Our biggest strength of our unit is probably our unity. I mean, we've all been together for a long time, and we click really well, and we're all good friends, and I guess it's just that brotherhood you get after a while, and now we're all comfortable playing.
Our goal is just to be the most physical team out there, and just from the first play, you know we're going to run it right down the middle every time, and they can't stop it just from how physical we are as a team, how tough we are.
Man, I gotta say what we enjoy doing the most is power, running power. That's what we love to do.
So as a group, we all love run blocking. We love running power. We like having Thor Pull have me and Trevor Burkhartsmeyer block the head-up guy and just put everyone into the ground. We love that.
I think we just got to work on just keeping our heads right. I mean, we know we're a great team and we know that we have a great chance of doing well this year, and I think we just need to keep our heads straight and keep working hard for our goals. We want to be the best O-line in the state, and we want to win state and do that for our city.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com.
Thanks for joining us on the first ever BAHS Pulse Halftime Show. Before we get you back to the second half of the action, we want to encourage you to visit the BAHSPulse.com for more student-produced digital media content like our weekly show GMBA, our monthly show The Pulse, and much more. Also, be sure to subscribe to our BAHS Pulse YouTube channel to get notifications when we drop new videos like the ones you saw here tonight.
And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BHS Pulse so you can be in the know here at BHS. Thanks for watching. Now back to the game.
The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com. Welcome back to Edmond. It is still halftime, but the Tigers are making their way back to the field, leading 49-0. Charlie and Spav back with you here from Edmond Santa Fe High School, where it's all Broken Arrow. Spav, what jumps out at you as we look at the halftime stats?
Oh, God, there's a lot that stick out. But, you know, just the passing game alone. I think working on the passing game has been something I've been trying to talk about, and I really feel like we're doing a good job on the passing game. We're allowing it to attack the middle of the field, which I think has been impressive, and that's what we need to do. But you could tell our routes and everything, the timing, the progression of the quarterback has really improved. You know, I like the idea of the fact Robards was out as a wide receiver that one time. I think we're just waiting on Cherry getting as a wide receiver and Robards in there and see what happens. That's going to be really an impressive package that we can have for the playoffs. And then thirdly, like one of the things is our special teams. Our special teams have been outstanding as far as the coverage, the kickoff coverage. We haven't punted the ball, but just the punt returns, just everything that we do. We've almost blocked about 4 punts, I think, already. But just really impressed by what we're doing in the special teams and how dangerous we can be. And you know, it's like Coach Alexander says, he wanted us to come and start fast. Boy, we did that. 49-0 in the half.
213 passing yards in the first half for Broken Arrow, 409 total yards. The 213 pass yards is a Tiger season high. Broken Arrow threw for 184 yards against Mansfield. Beat that tonight in one half. Tate Robards, 10 of 13, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns. Those were to Matt Kaiser, Kaiser Newell, and Dax Wilson. Quintevin Cherry's one of 3 passing, 19 yards. Also has 2 rushing touchdowns, 67 yards on 3 carries. Cortez, 95 yards, 12 carries, 2 touchdowns, averaging 7.9 yards per carry as he continues to just have an incredible season.
Yeah, and I tell you, the linebackers right now, the linebackers that we're playing, and especially Potter. Potter has just been outstanding tonight as far as, typically when you run a wide receiver flare and that flare goes out, and you've got a tailback versus a linebacker. That tailback has the edge because you're talking about he should be a better athlete, but boy, I tell you, Potter has proved that wrong. He has really done a great job of open field tackling, covering the perimeter. He's just been all over the place. His kickoff coverage, he's wherever you look, he's there, and that's what's impressive with him.
Second half about ready to get started. In the first half, Broken Arrow was 7 for 7 on third down. The Bulldogs were 0 for 6. It's been an incredible start. The only thing that jumps out on the stats that are not clearly in Broken Arrow's favor, the penalties. 9 for 90 in the first half for Broken Arrow. The Bulldogs were penalized 3 times for 35 yards. Time of possession, 2 seconds apart. 12:01 for BA, 11:59 for Edmond Memorial. And you could see that the teams did very different things with their 12 minutes of possession time. We've got 35 seconds to go here on the halftime clock. The Tigers will kick to start the second half. They received. Edmond Memorial won the toss and deferred. So we'll see how they get things going here in the third quarter, but it's all Broken Arrow. Might be a few more drives with the starters. They usually like to go at least one into the third quarter, and then we'll just see what Coach Alexander dials up.
And that's what we need to do. We need to get our starters in one more series and get them out. Set the tempo is usually what you do. You set the tempo and then give the game up to your your backups, your twos, your threes, whatever, however far you need to go, but coach them and coach them hard, because this is going to be your team next year.
And what I like that we sometimes do, Spav, Broken Arrow will leave the starting offensive line in and then go to that third or fourth quarterback so they can get some reps without having to run for their life behind such a talented line. They've got a little more time to think, because quarterback's one of those positions where if you don't have varsity reps, the game comes so fast. Playing behind that experienced line and kind of slow down a little bit, have some confidence, make your reads, and get a little bit more valuable experience before they turn it over to some of the backup linemen as we get down the line.
Correct.
49-0 our halftime score. We're about ready to start the third quarter. The Tigers will kick from north to south, left to right, if you're watching us on ArrowVision. If you're looking for Thunder basketball on the Animal, you can find that tonight, Oklahoma City and Boston on 99.9 FM or AM 1550. If you're a college football fan, boy, West Virginia's just putting it on Baylor tonight, 51-14 down there.
Yeah, they've already got their twos in the game. A lot of their twos, so.
Jacob Givens and J.J. Ruff, the deep men for Edmond Memorial, neither one of them will make this return. It's a short kick to Aiden Hamlin. Hamlin on the near side, spun down by Kewan Tolbert, just inside the 30.
So we had the height on the ball, and that's what you need to have on that play. That's kicking the high on side. You got to have a height, so it limits your return. You don't have the return.
1st and 10, Edmond Memorial. Bulldogs will start from their own 29-yard line. They're still trying to stretch the chains out there on the far side. Line of scrimmage, the 29. Game clock's running. Maybe we agreed to have a running clock. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle to Williams. He's going to be chased down by Campbell Yeager. It was an inside handoff there. Picked up, 3 or 4. Decent gain on first down for Edmond Memorial.
Yeah, it was a good play. And, hopefully they just, they just don't do it consistently. They'll run a good play, and then they decide they're going to throw the football and do something drastic, and it just usually goes against them.
It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Evans takes the snap, stretch play left, ball's on the turf. Nate Williams falls on it, recovers it for Edmond Memorial. Just had trouble with the exchange there because there was a little bit of a seam, but Williams might have got a little excited and got in front of the quarterback there on that handoff.
I know. One of the biggest problems, though, the tailback's not deep enough. When you're not deep enough, what happens is you got to make a decision on the run so fast. And what he did is he tried to bounce it, and then, of course, he had to make a decision while he's getting the handoff.
Loss of 4 wipes out the first down gain. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 29. Shotgun snap. Evans rolling right, firing far side right. Bounced off a Tiger on the bench. Incomplete. They were looking for Cole Emmons. He was not open. Kewan Tolbert was all over him. It'll be another 3 and out for Edmond Memorial.
Yeah. And if we get a good return here, if we put pressure on the punter, get a good return here, this will be really good for us.
5th 3 and out of the night for the Broken Arrow Tiger defense. Jamie Buckley at his 15 as Memorial changes the punt formation again. Tigers are lined up ready to come after this. Snap to Buckley. Tigers had pressure. Kick is away. It's a knuckler. Isaiah Keller will make the fair catch in traffic. You're right, Spav. Good catch by Keller at his own 46. More good field position for Broken Arrow. And
well, the biggest thing about the punt return is it's you don't want to lose yardage on it. You have to get yourself underneath it, no movement, eliminate all the things so you won't turn it over, and this way the ball won't bounce.
They're keeping the clock running.
Yeah.
Quintevin Cherry is your quarterback. Noah Cortez the tailback. Single receiver far side left. 2 receivers near side right. Dax Wilson does a little fake trade. Now he's back in the stance on the right side of the line. Cherry calls for the snap, takes it waist high, hands off to Cortez up the middle. Cortez fighting inside the hash marks to the 50. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know, I'm glad to see him hand it off, because if Cherry would have kept it, he would have been down the sideline for a touchdown. They didn't even honor him. I mean, when you have this formation or this package, well, you better honor that quarterback.
2nd and 6, ball at the 50. Cortez gets the handoff from Cherry. He's up the middle, spinning inside the 40. First National Bank first down for Noah Cortez before Pete Stell brought him down.
Did you see him cut that thing back? Basically, they're just running the one-back power, and he just saw the opening so fast, he just cut it back.
He was flying.
I know. He saw it and just went boom. They over-pursued it.
Cortez checks out. Kewan Tolbert in. Tigers being deliberate here on this drive as they're slower to the line. No need to hurry here, leading 49-0 with 7:45 to go in the third. Quintevin Cherry out of the gun. Tolbert the setback. Newell the fullback. Cherry, play fake, under pressure, now scrambles to his left, across the 30, stiff arms a man and steps out of bounds, past the line to gain. First National Bank first down on a nice scramble by Quintevin Cherry.
Yeah, it's dangerous when he's got the ball, when he's scrambling. Boy, that's just tough. That's tough to defend.
11 yards for Cherry on that one. It's 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Bulldog 27. Tigers leading 49-0, 7:10 to go here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, Noah Cortez, 14 carries, 111 yards. He needed 190 to break the all-time record. Handoff there on first down. Ball's loose. Now it's rolling around. They're going to say that Tolbert was down. They'll mark him short loss there. Loss of about 1.
Well, they're just loading the box right now. We're going to, I'll tell you, and Coach Wilkinson sees that right now too. So I'm not sure what his thinking's going to be, but he's going to do something on the perimeter here if they're not careful.
Cortez 78 yards away from tying Jamal Shaw for the all-time Broken Arrow career rushing record. He's over 3,800 yards for his career. Quintevin Cherry takes the shotgun snap, flag before the snap. Looks like offsides on Edmond Memorial. That is the call, so 5 yards up for the Tigers will be 2nd and 7.
Blitzing off the perimeter, and the perimeter guy got offside. You don't see that very often.
Clock continues to wind. 6:08 to go here in the third quarter. Broken Arrow 49, Edmond Memorial nothing. They're running the clock, just trying to get back on the turnpike and head home 9-0 and district champs. Quintevin Cherry out of the gun with Tolbert, set back to his left. Cherry to pass, fires, incomplete. He was looking for Client. Client was open over the middle, but
he
incomplete.
Just missed it. Yeah, just missed it. So here it is, 3rd and long now, so let's see what we do now. Because he had that receiver open, so I'm kind of curious to see what Coach Wilkinson's going to do now. We just ran the slant, which is a very popular route. Everybody runs it now.
3rd and 7, Tigers at the Edmond Memorial 24. Snap to Cherry. Deep drop, now steps up in the pocket, firing a laser, and it's incomplete. It was off the hands of Matt Kaiser and incomplete. Kaiser stretched up for it, hit him in the hands, and falls incomplete. So
yeah, a little linebacker got underneath it, so he had to elevate it a little bit more. But he had the time. They were pressuring him. He had the time. He stayed in the pocket, did a good job.
First time the Tigers failed to convert a 3rd down tonight. 7 of 8 now. They were 7 of 7. Perfect in the first half. 4:40 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow leading 49-0. It's 4th and 7 from the Bulldog 24-yard line. Cherry still the quarterback. 4 receivers. He's back to pass. Now he steps up in the pocket, buys some time, firing, has a man open on the near side right. That's Colton Fair, and Fair is in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
How do you get 3 over 2? They had 3 defenders over 2, and the guy's wide open. How does that happen, I wonder?
Colton Fair, his second straight game with a Tiger touchdown. This one, a 24-yard score, and it's 55 rip.
Great catch, and it was a great throw and a great catch and a great run.
Skylar Seagraves. Check that. That's Crawford. They're going to let Crawford try the extra point this time. Snap spot. Crawford with the left-footed extra point. That's good. With 4:22 to go in the third, it's Broken Arrow 56, Edmond Memorial nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
The Tigers of 1929 tied for the Oil Valley Conference lead with rival Bixby Spartans. Broken Arrow's only loss coming at the hands of the Spartans, who finished their schedule with 2 ties and no losses. Apparently, Bixby wanted no more of our Tigers that year, as they refused a challenge from Broken Arrow after the season to play off the tie. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
There's a full moon over Edmond, Santa Fe, where the Broken Arrow Tigers are just giving Edmond Memorial the business, 56-0 with 4:23 to go here, third quarter. Charlie Hannema and Steve Spavital back here with you, and this one has been all Broken Arrow. The Broken Arrow career record for the school record for points in a game is 70. Running clock might be tough here, but you never know. Kickoff is into the end zone. Touchback for the Bulldogs. First touchback of the night for BA. Tigers have scored 70 in the game 3 times. Most recently in 2015, a 70-0 win over Norman. Did it in 13 against Edison and 2010 against Muskogee. It's been all Tigers tonight. 8 drives, 8 scores.
That's just impressive right there.
And 8 touchdowns, not just 8 scores.
I know. See, we're just going to score in the red zone 91% of the time.
First and 10, Memorial from the 20. Handoff to Nate Williams, and he dances for a couple. Give him 3 to the 23.
Well, he didn't even follow his blocking either, and if he followed his blocking, he probably could have got a little bit more, but just running the backside dart, and he just bounced it. They need to quit bouncing it and run it right in there where the blocking is, because we play the perimeter very well.
Jalen Moss on the tackle for Broken Arrow on that play. It's 2nd and 7 from the 23. Bulldogs in no hurry. Play clock down to 5. Take the snap, give it to Nate Williams again, the tailback.
Well, running the counter again, there's something. I don't understand how they're running it. Looks like they have a lot of confusion when they're running it. They're not giving the running back time to find the hole.
That's Garrett Hinesley on the tackle for Broken Arrow. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 25. 2:38 to go, third quarter. Tigers leading 56-0. Shotgun snap. Evans back to pass, firing, has a man. That's a first down for the Bulldogs. It's a completion to Andrew Horton. He's also the backup quarterback. Nice catch there over the middle.
Yeah.
First down Bulldogs all the way out to the 44.
Well, obviously we have a lot of other bodies in the game, and that's great. We need to coach them and coach them hard. this is the best part of games that I've always enjoyed, is really working with the competition and making your backups really play hard.
19-yard gain on the completion to Horton. It's first down from the 44. Inside handoff to Nate Williams. Bottled up there. Nice job by Joseph Day to jump on his back and bring him down. Give Williams 1.5, maybe 2, but nice play there by Joseph Day to stop that one.
Yeah, it was a great play. Second and long. You know, this is hard. This is easy for us now, second and long. It's difficult for the offense now because you've got to try to get a third down that's going to be easy to convert. That's why I've always talked about having the efficiency of first down.
Wholesale changes for the Broken Arrow defense. Parker Darnell, Joseph Day, and Ryan Barwig in there along the line. As here's a handoff to Williams.
Yeah,
that one's going to go nowhere.
Yeah, I would say they need to keep running the ball to keep the clock running, but the clock is running anyway.
Trying to get you the fourth Broken Arrow defensive lineman in there as they go to the changes. Third and 8 Memorial at the 44-yard line. Running clock, we're inside a minute, 30 seconds to go. This pass complete. Near side left, little out route there to number 7, Jacob Gibbons. Short of the line again, though. It'll be 4th and 3 in Broken Arrow territory at the 48.
So they got lined up in 2 backs now. This is
first time the Bulldogs are in Broken Arrow territory all night, and it comes on the last play of the third quarter.
All right,
they're going to let the third quarter run out.
Yeah. They did the freeze count. Obviously, they're going to have to go for it, you know, but they had the freeze count, let the clock run out.
That's the end of the third quarter. With 12 minutes to go, it's Broken Arrow 56, Edmond Memorial nothing. Fourth quarter after this. This is Broken Arrow football.
The 1938 Tigers were undefeated and Class B state champions, led by All-State tackle Melvin Perry, quarterback Ralph Moore, back Jesse Kelly, and guard Jack Nafee. The Tigers squared up against heated rival Bixby to end the season. Ralph Moore, running behind some beautiful blocking, scampered 85 yards for a touchdown as the Tigers won the championship and routed the Spartans to stay undefeated. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming.
12 minutes to go here from Wolves Stadium in Edmond. It's Broken Arrow 56, Edmond Memorial nothing. The Tigers are district champions. Unless Memorial comes up with 57 points here in the last 12 minutes. Broken Arrow will go to 9-0 for the first time since the 1940s. 4th and 3 here for the Bulldogs from the Broken Arrow 48. Edmond Memorial now going left to right, north to south. Motion from the Bulldogs. Evans takes the snap. It's a play fake. Going on that little out route to the fullback, Mason Williams. It's going to be close. Zeno Marcaselli made the tackle. This is going to depend on the spot.
That was an interesting play. You know they're going to throw the ball, but yet there's play action.
Short of the line to gain. Clock continues to run, but the offense for Broken Arrow will come back out onto the field.
Okay, good. We're going to have a lot of bodies out here now. This is good. I like this.
Jake Raines, the quarterback for the Tigers. Keon Barnett, number 23, the sophomore tailback. Alex Arroyo, the fullback, as the Tigers are in the eye. Raines takes the snap, hands off to Barnett. Barnett straight ahead, cuts back to the near side hash. Give him 2 or 2.5 to the 49. Noah Cortez finishes his night, 14 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's 78 yards from tying Jamal Shaw for the all-time Broken Arrow career record. He'll need 79 yards on senior night next Thursday against Enid to become the all-time rushing king.
That'd be great if he could break it at home. That would be so wonderful there.
Raines bootlegs right this time on second down. He's firing far side right.
Good job.
Has a man complete there. It's Jael Talley.
Yeah, running the deep, running the boot and running the deep comeback route. Really nice.
Nice catch by Talley. It's a First National Bank first down at the Edmond Memorial 39-yard line.
Good throw as well.
Cortez is now up to 3,816 yards for his Broken Arrow career. First and 10 Tigers at the Edmond Memorial 39-yard line. 10:15 to go, fourth quarter. Tigers up 56-0. Raines, toss sweep left. This is Barnett. Barnett at the hash marks now outside the numbers, near side left, inside the 35. They'll mark him down at about the 33.
That wasn't a bad play, but I think it was just slow developing. You're running a quick toss to the field, but yet we didn't really time it out real well.
Call it a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3. Ball at the 32. High formation for Broken Arrow. Raines, the quarterback. He gives it to the fullback, Alex Arroyo. Arroyo rumbling to the chains. They'll send him back, but forward progress got to the 29. It's going to be darn close. I think just maybe a foot short.
Oh, man.
We'll call it 3rd and inches for Broken Arrow.
Just 9:15
to go in the game.
Again, huh?
Tigers led 49-0 at the half. Opening drive of the second half was a 24-yard touchdown pass from Quintevin Cherry to Colton Fair. They've run the clock the entire second half to get this thing over with. Here's Raines under center on 3rd and inches. Toss sweep right, and there's a flag before the snap. False start, Broken Arrow.
Yeah, I think on this toss sweep, the way we're blocking it, we want to get on the perimeter a little quicker, and we're just not quite doing that. We need to speed that thing up with the tailback and get a little wider toss with the quarterback.
3rd and a long 5. 8:42 to go in the game. Broken Arrow leading 56-0. Tiger football on ArrowVision and 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal, brought to you by our One Club partners, First National Bank, Broken Arrow, TTCU Federal Credit Union, St. John Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, where Dr. Balbus joined us at halftime, the Arrow Group in Matthews Ford. Thank you for everything you guys do to support Tiger Athletics and Broken Arrow Public Schools. The third down play is a handoff to Keon Barnett. He's inside the 26-yard line where he picks up a First National Bank first down.
Nice.
8-yard gain there, and with 8:05 to go in the game, it's getting a little closer to that red zone.
I know well, to me, they're in the red zone, but
you can't make up your own red zone.
No, mine's the plus 40 in.
Well, I know, but the stats are from the 20, so
I know.
You know I'm not good with the numbers. You can't have your own numbers because there's no way I'm going to
You got to go from the 40. It's what you do inside the 40 is what makes a good football team.
Julian Mosley's in at tailback with pink gloves on both hands. He takes the handoff on this play, stretches it to the right, but Memorial did a good job of stringing that one out. Ian McDonald made that tackle. It's a loss of 2.
Running the counter play there, and just, what we have to understand is this is still their starting defense. And their defense wasn't really too bad on a lot of the counters and stuff.
Tigers are 10 yards shy of 500, 490 right now, 249 passing, 239 rushing. Just dropped down to 488 after they updated with that 2-yard loss, and now there's a whistle before the snap. They're going to reset the play clock here as they're looking at the, looks like the chin strap of a defensive lineman for the Bulldogs. So we'll hang out here. Now they'll wind the clock back in. 6:56 to go in the game. 56-0. Broken Arrow. Raines takes the shotgun snap. Quarterback power himself. He had a little bit of a seam, but got hauled down from behind. No gain there. Raines, I think, thought that he was going to pick up a lot more as his helmet got ripped off there by Seeker Samara.
He was getting hooked up, wasn't he? He was about to break that thing.
You could see him crank it in. You could see him. It's like if you're driving a stick shift and you drop that thing down ready to rock. But his helmet came off. No flag, so he has to check out. Tigers will go to Seth Dodd at quarterback here for this play. 3rd and 10 from the 26. Two receivers left, one right. Seth Dodd out of the gun. Steps up, scrambling. He's going to be sacked. Charlie Soonram, the starting defensive tackle for Memorial, hauls him down for the sack. Loss of a couple.
Yeah, he saw that pressure coming. He took off. You can tell he's a young quarterback.
Jake Raines will come back in at quarterback. And, you know, Spav, you hit on something. You see those young guys get a little nervous in the pocket, and that just shows you the maturity that Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry have, especially as the season's gone on. You've seen them take that drop, and it doesn't necessarily matter to them. There are guys rushing on the ends because they know that they're safe in that pocket up the middle. 4th and 12 here for Broken Arrow. Raines rolling to the left, now trying to make something happen. He's going to be spun down out of bounds by McDonald. Short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he needs to protect that ball, too.
Coach Wilkinson was hoping that his quarterback would throw that ball, as we do a little interpretive lip reading from the coach's booth, but that game's moving 100 miles an hour when you're a young quarterback. Valuable seat time, though, as we look to who will take the reins of this Broken Arrow offense next year, as Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry are both seniors. Memorial has the ball now, 1st and 10 from its own 23. 5 minutes to go. Broken Arrow leading 56 Donut. Handoff here on 1st down is to Williams. That will go nowhere. Ryan Barwig, nice job. Give him a tackle for loss.
Now we're down to 4:30 already in the game.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Pass. Caught. Third and 6.
Well,
3rd and 5 for Edmond Memorial. Looks like 6 to me, but who's counting?
Oh. Well, West Virginia is up 58-14, so that's quite impressive for me.
Bulldogs throwing in again on 3rd and 5. That's complete to Dakari Charlton. Charlton gets across the 45 before he's forced out of bounds at the Broken Arrow 47.
Guy made a good move. Guy made a little good move. Made the catch, put a little wiggle on us.
Injured Tiger on the field on the far side.
Is it 17?
I think it's Adonis Ballard, 17.
Just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you can
Medical staff is taking a look at him, and so while they do that, we'll take a timeout. 3:36 to go. Broken Arrow 56, Edmond Memorial nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right.
Adonis Ballard was the injured Broken Arrow Tiger. He had to be helped off the field with what looked like a right leg or ankle injury. Looked like an injury and not a cramp, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that one as this game progresses. 3:22 to go, fourth quarter. Broken Arrow leading 56-0. Edmond Memorial has the ball, clock running. Takari Charlton just made that catch for the Bulldogs. Ty Roselle made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs in Broken Arrow territory at the BA 47-yard line. Now 3 minutes to go. You'd like to see the Tigers preserve the shutout. Trace Evans takes the snap. Up the middle to Nate Williams. Kane Hadaway makes the tackle after a gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 45 coming.
Yeah, these young kids are playing hard. They're playing hard, chasing things down. I mean, they're not going to be picture perfect, but boy, I tell you what, they're playing hard, which is really going to help us in the future.
Third and 2. Handoff straight up the middle to Williams. Ryan Barwig made that tackle. They're going to be short. It's going to be maybe a half yard on that play at best. It'll be 4th and a long 1.
Yeah, let's see what they come up with this time.
2 minutes to go, 4th and a long 1 for Edmond Memorial. Bulldogs 2 of 11 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down so far in the game. Line of scrimmage is the Tiger 44. Quarterback sneak here. They got a good push. Looks like they're going to give it to him. On the home side, they have a great spot.
Yeah.
And they'll move the chains here.
Different spot on the other side.
Yeah, it looks like they're about half a yard apart, but it's first down for Memorial. Just inside the 47. 1:38 to go and counting.
Yeah, and they're not only is the clock running, they're milking the clock all the way down to the last second too, into the single digits.
Play clock at 5. Evans takes the snap. Back to pass, firing, was looking for Cole Emmons, and that's incomplete. He was covered anyway.
Yeah, these young kids are playing well. I mean, nothing has been easy for them. Just think about it. They went through, how many 4th downs have they gone with this unit out here? So
1 minute from a district championship. 56-0 Broken Arrow. Edmond Memorial in no hurry to get to the line here. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Trace Evans takes the snap, firing deep. Flag comes in. They were looking for Emmons. Ball falls incomplete out of bounds. Might have a defensive holding here.
Yeah, that's okay. The clock keeps running, though.
Holding the call on the defense. They'll stop the clock just long enough to move the ball on the penalty here with 32 to go, and then they'll blow that baby back in, and we'll get ready to.
District champions. That's a great thing to hear. District championships. Love it.
After the penalty, the Bulldogs get a first down at the Broken Arrow 32. 25 seconds to go. Evans takes the snap, looking deep on the Hail Mary, and that is incomplete, intended for Emmons.
Good coverage. Kid almost made a good catch, though, too. Jumping up there, but it was great coverage.
Jalen Johnson in coverage for the Tigers. Clock stopped for an injured Bulldog down there in the corner. That's Emmons, the intended receiver. Looks like he might have a cramp. He's just sitting there with his feet in front of him.
I'm
Maybe
surprised we
turf toe
hadn't
there,
had
too.
a lot more cramps out here because, you know, on a cool night like this, you have a tendency not to drink as much water as you should, and sometimes a lot of the cramps really show up on games like this instead of your real hot ones like you surely anticipate.
Emmons is good to go. The athletic training staff pulled him back up. He's fine. Clock running, 16 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 coming from the 32. Evans on the move to the right. Plenty of time. Now going back to the left. All sorts of pressure. Evans will dump it off, incomplete, off the hands of Nate Williams. The clock runs out, and the Broken Arrow Tigers are district champions.
What an impressive all-around win.
56-0 the final, and the #1 Broken Arrow Tigers are 9-0 for the first time since 1945. We'll take a break. Post-game show coming up after this. This is Broken Arrow Football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Tiger Threads is your one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, current student, or proud alum, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to a whole new level with apparel and spirit accessories. Tiger Threads is located inside the front entrance of Broken Arrow High School and is open Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit us online at batigerthreads.com. Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital back here with you for the postgame show from Edmond as the Tigers go to 9-0 with a 56-0 win over the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs. The Bulldogs fall to 2-7 on the year, 1-5 in the district. Broken Arrow 9-0 and 6-0. Total yards look like this. Broken Arrow had 493 to 107 for Edmond Memorial. The pass run split, Broken Arrow very balanced, 249 yards through the air. That's a season high. 244 yards on the ground. Memorial went 86 passing, 21 rushing. Tigers were 8 of 10 on third down. Memorial just 2 of 11. Tigers averaged 9.7 yards per play. The only real negative stat for Broken Arrow tonight, the penalties, like we've talked about all season long. 11 penalties, 106 yards. Some of those were pre-snap. Some of those were after the snap or after the whistle. Coach Alexander talked about on the coaches show this week that you're going to have those penalties during the play, but you really need to limit, as you try and get to the playoffs, you limit the pre-snap and the after the whistle stuff.
Exactly. You know, we talked about playing clean. You know, we didn't. You know, no bad snaps, no assignment errors, no turnovers, which we did. I mean, but the thing is, we didn't get a lot of turnovers either, which I anticipated we would. But penalties is what killed us tonight. And we experimented a lot with different formation groups. We saw Robards out there, when Cherry was the quarterback, and maybe we'll see something vice versa with that. Don't know, but he played with his formations. He had a couple of formations I just loved to see when he squeezed the receivers in and had the 2 tight ends off the line of scrimmage. That's an excellent, excellent formation. And then, just really doing a lot of experimenting there with different types of plays. I like that, especially when you get in there. I like the fact that we were given false tendencies, especially because we're throwing the football. He's working on the throwing game, which I think is really crucial, and really attacking the middle of the field with the throwing game. That is something that you need to really work on, especially on a team that can run the ball so efficiently. We have to be able to throw the football when we get into those situations, when we get into playoffs, when we play the Union and Jinxons again.
We run down the individual stats. They look like this. Noah Cortez, 14 carries for 111 yards. He's now 78 yards away from tying Jamal Shaw for the career Broken Arrow record. Cortez now 3,816 yards for his career, 1,331 yards on the season. He also ran for 2 touchdowns, number 25 and number 26 of the season, 44 and 45 of his Tiger career. He was the leading rusher in the game. Quintevin Cherry, 4 carries for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Robards, 3 carries for 24 yards. Keon Barnett, 3 for 18. Kewan Tolbert, 2 for 8. Robards' passing was 10 of 13, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns. Great game for him tonight. Quintevin Cherry through the air, 2 for 6 for 43 yards and a touchdown. For Edmond Memorial, Trace Evans was 13 of 23, just 86 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Nate Williams, their tailback, 17 carries for 25 yards. Edmond Memorial, just 1.1 yards per rush.
Yeah, and you think about how many we had. What did we have? Did you say 9?
9.7 per play, 7.9 per rush.
Yeah, and you think University of Oklahoma leads the nation at 8.6 yards per rush. I mean, that tells you, how impressive that is. And just to begin with, going into this game, we were 7.6 yards per play. So we were really doing a fabulous job.
The Tigers will close out the regular season 1 week from tonight, another Thursday, November 1st, 7 o'clock at Memorial Stadium against the Enid Plainsmen. It's senior night at Tiger Field as Broken Arrow salutes this remarkable senior class that Noah Cortez will more than likely set the career rushing record. We hope to see you at the Woodshed 1 week from tonight, senior night against the Enid Plainsmen. We'll have Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib coming up on Tuesday. This week it'll be at 5:30 on the Animal because of Thunder Basketball. 5:30 for Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib. As always, you can watch on ArrowVision. The spotter tonight was Mr. Sean Morgan. The statistician was Mr. Daniel Hendrickson. Nolan Couch was driving the ArrowVision stream with engineering support from Terry Sprider. Back at Sports Animal World headquarters, J.D. Dalton on the 1s and 2s. For my partner, Steve Spavital, this is Charlie Hanema saying good night from Edmond, where the Broken Arrow Tigers go to 9-0 and win a district championship with a 56-0 win.